In year 2169, people are genetically engineered to stop aging on their 25th birthdays and are given one free year to live. Everyone has a timer on their forearm that shows their remaining time. When it reaches 0, the person times out and instantly dies. Time is now the universal currency transferred directly between people or stored in capsules. The country is divided into time zones. Dayton is the poorest, a ghetto where people rarely have more than 24 hours on their timer. New Greenwich is the richest, people there are effectively immortal. As we proceed, keep enjoying more movie recaps and not miss out by hitting the subscribe button and turning on the notifications. The name of this movie is In Time 2011. Now factory worker Will Salas lives in Dayton with his mother Rachel. She was just celebrating her birthday and Salas bought a drink to celebrate it when they returned that night. On his way to work, Salas meet a young child who requested for some minute currency and Salas gives a 5 minutes to her capsule. Next, we see a scene showing the increase in prices of commodities and Salas make complaints. But Salas eventually pays for his coffee. Salas works at a factory where capsules are made. After the day's work they line up to be paid. The time wage was cut and Salas also complains about it. In the next scene, we see Salas enter straight into a bar. On his way to the counter, he chatted with some friends and among his friends, Burrell tells him about Henry Hamilton, a man with a century on his time clock. Henry has been spending all night lavishly. Salas warns him of how bad guys in Dayton will rip him of his time, but he didn't listen. Immediately, some men walk into the bar. They are the Minute Men. But Henry snuck into the bathroom and gets rescued by Salas from the bar through the back door. They ran down the road as the Minute Men pursue after them. Finally, they went through a door and locked themselves inside and the Minute Men couldn't get them. Hamilton in conversation with Salas reveals that the people of New Greenwich hoard their time while constantly increasing prices to keep the poor dying. And Hamilton got to know Salas' side of the story. In the morning, Hamilton transfers all his time to sleeping Salas, leaving himself with only 5 minutes and deliberated timing out. Salas woke up and saw Henry sitting on a bridge and before he could reach him, Henry's time ran out and he died. Thereafter, Salas went to see his friend from the bar, Burrell. Burrell warns him against having so much time in Dayton. But Salas gives Burrell 10 years of time, one for each year of their friendship. Salas sets off to meet his mother, intending to take her to New Greenwich. Salas's mother approaches a bus to meet her son in Dayton. The driver tells her to pay 2 hours and she only has 1 hour and 30 minutes left of her time. She leaves the bus and began running to Dayton. Checking her time, she has only 21 minutes left. The bus arrived at Dayton, but awaiting Salas did not find his mother in the bus and he began to run towards her. Both of them sight themselves from afar, but she only has 10 seconds left. Salas's mother ran hard, but she times out and dies in Salas' arms, less than a second before he could transfer time to her and save her life. Salas vows to avenge his mother's death by taking the people of New Greenwich for everything they have. Now, Raymond Leon, the leader of the police, like a timekeeper, assumes that Salas killed Hamilton and then collected his time. This made Leon pursue after him. Salas takes a car to New Greenwich and passes through the time zone barriers where he deposited years and months to be able to pass through, but finally arrives there. In a New Greenwich casino, Salas meets time-loaning businessman Philippe Weiss and his daughter Sylvia. Salas gambles with Philippe and wins over a millennium at poker while nearly timing himself out. Sylvia then invites him to a party. Salas gets a car and paid 59 years for it. He takes this car to Philippe Weiss' poker party. Salas gets to dance with Sylvia and in the process they get acquainted with themselves. Salas then takes Sylvia outside the house, and they swam in the water for a while, but Sylvia's father calls for her, and she had to return. Suddenly, Leon barges into the house to arrest Salas. Salas explained to him how he was gifted the time he has, but Leon took and confiscates all but 2 hours of Salas's time. Salas fight back and try to escape. He takes Sylvia hostage and escapes to Dayton. But he has been followed all the way in a car chase. Nevertheless, they escaped. But on their way, the Fortis's gang ambushes them. They take Sylvia's time, leaving them with 30 minutes each. Having no option, Salas thinks of getting some time back from Burrell, but his wife Greta explains that Burrell has drunk himself to death with 9 years on his clock. Now Salas and Sylvia have little time left on their clock. They run fast to get a day each at a pawn shop by pawning Sylvia's earrings to save their lives. Now we see Salas taking Sylvia as hostage around the street. He uses the street phone to demand Weiss pay a 1,000-year ransom to the people in Dayton in exchange for Sylvia's safe return by the next morning. Night soon fall. Salas takes Sylvia to his apartment and in their conversation, Salas explained to her how the arm fight is been done, all the trick that is involved in the fight. By morning, Weiss refuses to pay the ransom for his daughter release. Salas releases Sylvia and set her free. Just as Sylvia calls for help, Leon finds them on the street. Sylvia shoots Leon in the arm to scare him off, but Leon is down to the ground, but Salas gives him some time just to keep him alive until the other timekeepers arrive. On their way, they use Leon's car to pull over a New Greenwich resident whom they rob her time, leaving this resident with only 1 day, and they took her jewelry and car also. Moving further, at Weiss Time Lending Bank, a vehicle burst inside the glass wall. Salas and Sylvia rob her father's time banks to give time capsules to the needy. People on the street were opportune and got to take all the time capsules in the bank. Salas remembered Borel's wife and secretly puts a time capsule with 1 century of time. Salas also secretly gifts the young girl in his neighborhood some time in her capsule. They realize they can't significantly change anything, as prices are raised faster to compensate for the extra time. Now, Fortis's gang ambushes Salas and Sylvia and hold them captive to collect the reward for their capture. Fortis offers Salas to arm wrestle for his time and Salas agrees. In their fight, Salas is about to lose and die. He uses the trick he showed Sylvia earlier to win the arm wrestle and kill all the Minutemen. Salas and Sylvia now make a decision to steal a 1 million-year capsule from her father's vault. And to accomplish this, Sylvia approached her father protected by guards at the entrance of his building and gave Salas the opportunity to hold him captive as Salas pretended to be one of his guards. They drag him to the vault and finally steal a 1 million-year capsule. Leon chases them back to Dayton. They get shot at as they pass through a time zone and Leon crashed into their car and fails to stop them distributing the stolen time. Leon runs after Salas and Sylvia as they have limited time on their clock. Leon finally stops them, and in their conversation, Leon finds out he only has 5 seconds of time left, and soon, he times out, having neglected to collect his day's time salary. Salas and Sylvia nearly ran to Leon's car to get time as it was their only option to survive. As they were about timing out, they survive by taking Leon's salary from his car. TV reports show factories in Dayton shutting down as everyone has enough time to abandon their jobs. Weiss, having seen the consequences of his obsession with the pair, Leon's colleague Jaeger orders the timekeepers to return home. Salas and Sylvia progress to larger banks, still trying to crash the system. Make sure you're subscribed and turn on your notifications so you can watch more videos like this. Remember, drop your thoughts in the comments below, and keep the movie buzz going.